Yeah.
Oh, look who sounds excited to be living through his day. I heard
Well, I
I
mean,
heard I heard you had some problems today, buddy.
listen, if you let you know what this podcast, you could just go ahead and title it now. Today was a shitty day.
Uh-huh.
You can name it. You can name it that because it literally was a shitty day. So I'm just gonna get right into it. You're sick. I know you're under the weather. They couldn't get your cough drops
No, I got
and
I got no.
your
Hold on.
Geritol and all that other stuff.
Oh, fuck you. First of all, yeah, I use Instacart, which I hate using, but
Right.
they messaged me back in the photo of the section with the cough drops. It looked like the water section during a hurricane. There was like there were like three. It was like a blank wall with three spots that actually had something hanging on it, and they were like, "Would you like one of these?" Because everything else is fucking gone. And I was like, "Yeah, just whatever you can grab." So
It's the same here. The whole section is empty. Like I went to Target and there's like no cold medicine. There was no cough drops or lozenges. Everything was gone.
yeah,
The entire section's like cleaned out. And Publix too. They've got nothing left. So it's
yeah,
pretty wild. I mean, the whole world is sick right now.
yeah.
So
Thanks, Obama. Jesus.
yeah, right. God, it's probably Bush's fault actually.
Yeah. Well, it's
So
it's National Overthrow Your Government Day, so maybe they took away our
right,
fucking cough drops.
right.
Yeah.
So I last night my fantastic. Well, take a cough drop.
They're not here yet. I gave up on waiting.
Oh,
It's like you order it and they shop your whole shopping list, and then it's still going to be like an hour and a half before they bring it. I don't understand. Like, do they shop like 8 people's groceries and then leave? I don't know. But
so I've watched them before in Publix, like do the shopping game. You can tell because they're scanning stuff and they're
yeah,
asking questions. Like no one asks questions in the supermarket.
right.
Like where is this?
Well,
Or, it's like they're unfamiliar.
I wish my Instacart people would ask a fucking question every now and then. They're so quick to replace something when they can't find something, and it's always
Right.
like some choice that I would never
Yeah.
make to replace it with too. So I've always have
But
to.
I've watched them. I've watched them shop, and I mean, they're pretty leisurely. Like there's no hustle in them.
No,
They're not really moving.
but here's what I'm saying is that on my app it shows every item as it gets
Put in the
selected by
cart.
them. Yeah.
Right.
So like, and then like it was 4:45, and it's like the estimated delivery time is 6:30, and I'm like, well, I can walk to Publix and back.
In the meantime,
And it
right.
only takes me 20 minutes. Where's this other hour and 10 minutes going? Or whatever,
Like,
longer.
what are they doing?
Yeah, I
What
don't
are they
know.
doing?
So I don't know if that's
Right.
like if they shop my items, then they've got like three other people they're shopping for, and then they come start delivering. I don't know. I don't know.
What? So like one time I had done the Walmart gimmick from Walmart, and the person brought. I asked for an avocado, and they brought me as a replacement a green pepper. I'm like, you're not even close. Like you are so far off.
Yeah.
An avocado and a green pepper, and they didn't even alert me. They just threw it in there, and it was like replacement. And I'm like, wait, whoa, what? That's not even the same thing.
The Instacart shopper messages me, but it's through
Oh
Instacart
yeah.
app, and for some reason it doesn't like give an alert sound. So you literally just you kind of have to watch them shopping on the app as the selections are
As
being
it
made,
goes.
just in case they have a question, because otherwise you won't know there's a question until. And if I don't answer the question in 5 minutes, obviously they're going to move on and either make a judgment call or not get it. So you kind of have to like, even though this is supposed to be like, hassle free, it's more stress inducing to like monitor somebody else shopping your food, and you have to dumb down your order to begin with because oh, they'll never find that. Oh, that's in a weird place. They won't find that. And it's so much more less efficient and stress inducing, even though it's supposed to be easier. The only reason I did it is because I'm
Right.
sick.
Oh, you're sick, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
fucking
Makes
ridiculous.
sense. Right.
But I'm like,
We didn't need you. We didn't need you walking across, Davy Boulevard, picking up a mask in the parking lot and running into Publix right now.
no, I got plenty of masks hanging on my door here. I got
Mm.
I got like 7 of them hanging on my doorknob.
Well, so let me tell you what happened.
Yeah, please. I'm dying to hear.
Last night, I like Nick used the bathroom, doesn't say a word to me. Just uses the
Well,
bathroom.
we had a
He had called
cliffhanger.
me.
We had a cliffhanger on your clogged toilet from the last podcast. Remember?
Right. So he called. I was gonna say last podcast. So there was a clogged toilet.
Yeah.
But
How'd you handle that?
it went down. Plunged it.
Oh,
Went down.
I don't know.
Went
Maybe
down.
you finally gave up and went and shit in another bathroom.
No. It went down. It went
All
down.
right.
Like
All
no
right.
issue.
All right.
Went down.
Good.
Right. So that night though, the kitchen sink started gurgling like, blah, 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 and I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I search it and it's like, hey, it could be an issue with your pipes, septic tank, maybe something stuck. So I'm like, okay, but it stopped. I don't hear it again. Well, yesterday, Nick the dick takes a shit, doesn't say anything, just closes the door, goes upstairs, like it's nothing. Well, Lex is like a little bit later. She's like, Nick said the toilet was clogged. I'm like, what? I was like, he walked right past the trees and didn't say a fucking word to me. Didn't mention anything. I opened the door and the shower curtains pulled back and the tub is full of shit. The tub. I'm like, what the fuck? So I opened the toilet because it's closed and the toilet is literally full of toilet paper and shit. It came back up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, Nick, what the fuck? He's like, I don't know. I flushed it and started coming out of the bathtub. I said, so you just closed the door and went about your evening? Like, you don't warn anybody? He's like, oh, I thought I texted you. And I was like, you fucking walked right past me. What? Texted me? You didn't even say anything. Like, he didn't even text me. So, anyway.
What is wrong? What is wrong with your kid? First of all, let's dissect this. First of all,
oh, I don't know.
Like
CTE from basketball? I don't even know.
Listen. You like to say you're Italian all the time. You need to start slapping him upside the back of the head like a real Italian father would.
He's like, he didn't say anything to me. There was no text message. There was no, he literally walked past me. Like, he didn't say, hey man, toilet's got a problem in the bathroom. Like,
yeah,
he
shitter's full.
Gingerly closed, he slowly closed the door and, like he was trying to hide the evidence. And first of all, why do you want a shitty bathtub? Like, that's his shower.
Yeah.
So anyway, he takes a shower in my shower. Not only did he take a shower in my shower, he's moved all his stuff into my shower as if he's moving in. His fucking loofah thing, his 17 different soaps and ball washes and all this other shit he's got because he's like a woman.
Oh my God.
So anyway, now I'm standing in a bathroom with a toilet full of shit and toilet paper and a bathtub full of shit. Now all the water from the bathtub went down, but all the shit stayed.
Yeah.
So
I've seen this before. Yeah.
Right. So now I'm like, what the fuck? So before I start cleaning anything, I immediately go to trying to find somebody. And I find a guy. Or I go on Facebook and I make a post on my neighborhood thing. Like 5 people in a row say, you got to call Jamie or whatever his name was. Okay, cool. So the guy responds because they tagged him. He's like, hey, brother, give me a call. I call him, tell him the situation. He goes, and I will be out there tomorrow. All right. So send me the address. Send him the address. Shows up today, 12 o'clock. So comes in. What's the issue? I show him the bathroom. He goes, oh, I've seen this before. Not his first time seeing a shit toilet tub.
Not his first rodeo, that's for sure.
Because, okay, so I cleaned it yesterday, but sometime in the middle of the night, I heard the sink gargling. It came back up again through the bathtub in the middle of the night. So now there's more shit in there. And
someone probably flushed another toilet somewhere else, and it caused this to happen.
Right. So it actually may have happened this morning because Lex took a shower, and that could have done it. But because the sink started gurgling when she was in the shower, and I texted her, I was like, hurry the fuck up. We're going to have an explosion in the kitchen if you don't hurry up. So anyway, he comes, he looks, he goes, all right, let me go out there. So he's got this stick where he's trying to find the septic tank. He just shoves the stick in the ground. He's all over the house, like can't find this thing. I mean, 20 minutes.
You didn't know where it was?
Finally, no, I don't have the blueprints of where it is.
I don't know. You're the homeowner. I didn't know if you had someone like come and empty it or or put the
No,
service
it's a new
it, you
house.
know?
I've only had the house for 3 years.
Yeah,
I'm the only owner.
I've
right?
never dealt with septic tanks, but I assume they have to be serviced every once in a while.
Every 3 to 4 years.
Oh, well, here you
so
are.
anyway,
Here you are.
so he finds it eventually on the side of the house because he sees a white tube and he goes, "Oh, that tube, that's part of it." So he unscrews the tube because it's clogged. It's up to the top, man. He goes, "That's why it backed up into the house." So he finally finds it and he goes, "I don't want to use the tractor. I'm going to use my shovel because it's only about a foot deep." Okay.
To dig it out. Yeah.
So I go back inside. And he's digging. I see dirt flying. He knocks on the door. He goes, "Hey, man, I think I just cut your internet cable." I'm like, motherfucker. So I go outside. The cables are cut in half, sticking out of the ground, two ends, different sides of the fucking spectrum here, literally, and it's spectrum, internet. So I come back inside and go, "Yeah, the internet's not working, man. You killed it." He goes, "I've been doing this so long." He goes, "I never in my career broke a line with my shovel." He goes, "Usually I do it. If I do break a line, it's with my tractor or his whatever this fucking dig thing they have there is." He goes, "I've never done it with a shovel before." Yeah, so you can't say that again. So he was like so worried about it. And I said, "Look, man, I can get the internet fixed. I really don't care about that right now. I really, really care about being able to flush my fucking toilets and my sink in my kitchen that started also filling back up with water by itself." So he was like, "All right." He's like, "I'm just so worried, blah, 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 whatever." I'm like, "Just finish your job." So he's digging. I go back out there like 30 minutes later, and it starts at 12 o'clock. Go back out there 30 minutes later. My entire yard, there's like a 5-foot section. It's tore the fuck. I got no grass. There's just dirt everywhere. He's 2 feet deep, and the hole is it's like a 5-foot long hole, maybe 6-foot long hole.
Yeah.
And probably like 3 feet wide. So he goes, "We got a problem." I said, "What's the problem?" He said, "The builder, when they put your septic tank in, they didn't put handles on the lid." I said, "So how are you going to get the lid off?" He goes, I'm going to have to use a shovel and we're going to have to try." He goes, "But I need your help." So now I got to fucking work. Like it's like I'm the fucking plumber. So I said, "What do you need me to do?" He said, "Take this shovel and jam it in there and just keep trying to lift it up. And when you do that, I'm going to stick the other stick in and keep lifting until we can get it out."
Yeah.
So I'm out here in fucking khaki pants, a shirt, and a jacket on. It's fucking 30 degrees outside.
Well, that's better that's better than being 90 degrees. That's for sure. Doing manual labor.
Right. So I help him finally, 15 minutes, we get it up. But, we get it up and it's, we kind of broke it a little bit because we had like chisel. I mean, we had like, I'm going to town with this shovel. So we finally get it off and it's just full to the top. It's full to the top. And he goes, "That's the shitter part. It's where all the shit and all the solids go." He goes, "The pee part is on that other hole I dug." So we got to do the same thing to the other hole. We finally get it up, and it's not full. It's like half full, but some from the shit tank went into the pee tank, right? And I said, "Well, how the hell is that happening?" He's like, "Oh, the builder, they put shitty pipes in. They really did a shoddy job, and the filter's all blocked now, and it's just a mess." And first I said, "How much is it going to cost?" He said, "I'm thinking about $1,200 bucks." All right, we got to do it. We got to do it. So he gets it. He's got his crane out here now. He's fucking dirt's flying everywhere.
At least he had all the tools. Like he wasn't like
he did right.
It wasn't
right.
like me showing up with a screwdriver and
no right
realizing
right, yeah.
I gotta
there.
Yeah.
There was no like I have to come back.
Right.
So he's like, all right. He calls me back outside again. He goes, "Hey man, just want to tell you. So I know I told you 1,200. It's going to be 1,600. So he shows me the breakdown. He goes, and it actually was going to be 3,000. No, sorry. It was going to be 2,200. We'll do it for 16 because I broke your internet cable and I broke the lid to your septic tank. So we're going to give you another lid with a handle. Blah blah blah.
Right.
All right. So now we're at 1,600. I said I have no choice. I have to do this. Like you got me by the balls, pal. Like I mean, it's just so." he's back out there, and he's doing something, got the tubes and this and that, and he comes back, he knocks on the door, he goes, "Hey man, I got another problem." I said, what's the problem? He said, "The pipe, we got to replace the one pipe because it's the way they put it, it's crooked, it's not, they did a shitty job. I literally got to put a whole new pipe. We're going to connect it to the other pipe so it goes to your backfield flow." He's saying shit I have no idea what he's fucking talking about. And I said, "All right." He goes, "It's going to be $2,200 now." Okay. I said, what am I paying for here? Like, break it down for me. So he shows me, and he says, "But I got to call the big truck in. The big truck's going to come suck it up. We're going to clean it out completely. We're going to put a new pipe in. It'll be completely new, and you won't need service for 3 to 4 years, maybe 5 years." All right, cool. So $2,200,
So
whatever.
is this normally how people know they need to service their septic tank? Is when their bathtub starts filling up with
Yes.
shit?
Or the gurgling in the sink.
Okay.
Right. There's no other way to tell.
Other than just scheduling it, and even if you're 3/4 of the way there, then at least you don't have shit in your tub.
Right. So, and he's telling me, "All right, we're gonna do this, that, and the other." So we're like waiting for the truck, and he says, he said, "I got to tell you though, like, you're lucky it flowed into your bathtub, and it alerted you, because if it didn't and it got worse, it would have ruined the drain all the way to the woods, which is like your whatever backflow, something field, and that's about a $15,000 job." And I said, "Look, man, if you would have come and told me today it was a $15,000 job, like, I would have drove to the builder's place and grabbed the contractor by his neck and brought him back here and been like, fix this, because it's bullshit." He's like, "Yeah, they did a shitty job. They don't even care. Blah blah blah." All right. So they do the cleaning. The big truck comes. I just stepped outside to just like see what was going on. Like, I'm that guy. Like, I'm the dad who's like out there, watching. And the smell of shit in my neighborhood, the whole neighborhood on this side of the neighborhood smelled like a giant porta potty, because they're sucking shit out of it into a shit tank,
Right.
And the smell was like it's so bad. It's so bad. I said, "How do you do this every day?" He's like, "I don't even smell it anymore." I said, "Man, this is like, that is some straight sewage." Like, he couldn't even smell it.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't faze him at all. So they suck it all out, and he comes back and, wants the payment, obviously. So I give him the credit card and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, "I got to tell you, man," I said, "How do I prevent this from happening in the future? How do I make it, prolong it? Give me some tips here, man. Like, I know you make money off of me fucking up, but throw a bone here, And of course, I gave him "Come on, you broke my internet cable. You got to help me out." Now, he felt guilty about that, because he did. He felt bad about it. He's never done it in his career. So, of course, he had to do it at this house. So anyway, he's like, "It's really weird. When we got to the bottom, there was a whole bunch of tampons down there." I'm like, "What?" He's like a lot of tampons. Like, someone was flushing tampons. He goes, "But it was like at the bottom of all the sludge," because he explained to me how it works. And he goes, "So like whenever you first moved in," and I'm like, "No, I don't know." So of course, he's writing some contract thing. I don't know. He's doing the paperwork. So I call Lex down and I go, "Are you throwing tampons in the toilet?" She's like, "No, I never throw them in the toilet. I always throw them in the garbage." I'm like, "Okay. So if it's not you, who the fuck is throwing tampons in the toilet?"
Nick, of course.
And the guy, yeah, probably. The guy's like, "Yeah, but this is like on the bottom, like under everything." Like, he goes, "Wait, you're the only owner?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Man, if you didn't tell me that and I saw this tank, I'd be sure that you bought this house from someone who had been using the tank in the bathroom and flushed these down like before you moved in. Like, this is like, you didn't fill this tank, like someone else did." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm the only owner. So I don't know how that's possible." But then I remembered, when I moved in, somebody on the block had come over to, do the whole introduction gimmick. "Yeah, new neighbor, blah, blah, blah." And he said, "Yeah, man, there was a homeless lady living in there." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, they were building your house, and the house was the house was built, the water was running, the electricity was on, but they hadn't done the finishing touches because nobody had bought it yet. I hadn't bought it yet. And he said there was a homeless lady living in
Wait,
there.
what was waiting to be done until you bought it? Like,
so when I came to look at the house,
like
the kitchen,
carpet choices and shit like that.
There was no carpet. There was no flooring.
Okay.
It was still like the kitchen wasn't completed, but all the bathrooms were done. Water was running because even when I came, I had to take a poopage on my visit, and I figured what better way to see if the house is right for me than taking a shit. And I took a shit that day because the contractors had left toilet paper in the downstairs bathroom. So I took a shit, and everything had worked. And the neighbor was like, yeah, everything's been working for about 4 months. There's a homeless lady living in there. But when you bought the house, they kicked her out. I was like, why did they let her stay there? He's like, the contractor was just nice and let her hang out there because she didn't have anywhere to live. But when they kicked her out,
that's ridiculous.
That's fucking ridiculous. Or ridiculous. He's like, when they kicked her out, she moved to the house across the street.
Oh,
You
have like a lawsuit. You should sue them for all the work that was done today.
$2,200, right? Yeah. So, they're gonna get a tweeter. Don't worry. These fuckers are getting it today. And I have the lady's email. She's gonna get it too. But so the lady the homeless lady moved across the street after, and then she had squatted there.
Give them a tampon heads up too.
Well, they already know because when I had mentioned to them, I felt like it was my duty to mention it to them when they moved in because somebody mentioned it to me, and they said that somebody had already told them about it.
Yeah.
So she squatted this lady, here or there. So I'm assuming all these tampons for the 4 months she was living here, she was throwing tampons down the toilet, which, and shitting and pissing, and God knows what else throwing down there, that was part of this backup.
Yeah.
That occurred. So, which pisses me the fuck off. Cause I am a cheap motherfucker.
Notoriously cheap.
Right. So when he said 1,200, all right, 1,600, I got a little squirrely. When he said 2,200, I paced around my kitchen for 45 minutes, just angry.
And you can't at that point you can't do anything about it.
Your hands are tied. I mean, it's I was like, what other options I have? He's like, yeah, you don't have any.
Yeah.
I was like,
call someone else in. And they're going to charge you more.
Right. He said that, and he said I can get it done by 4:00 today. Which I was like, okay, to me, you're telling me you'll get it done today. I don't have to wait. I don't have to, obviously that's a big selling point too.
Right.
Is, hey, I'll get it done today. All right, cool. So they did it. I see it.
Can you pause for a second? I'm gonna go.
Here we go. The guys here.
Yeah. They dropped the stuff off. I just don't want anyone stealing my toilet paper. That's probably in high demand right now. I'll be right back.
Probably is.
Just entertain the people.
All right. All right. Well, I guess this is my own show now by myself. I hope they forgot his toilet paper. That'd be really nice if they did. It would be fantastic if they forgot his toilet paper. This whole show, look at this, talking about shit. We're talking about toilet paper and backlogged toilets and septic tanks. Yeah, this is good stuff. I really hope they forgot some of his stuff or they replaced it with the wrong stuff because he deserves it. It's karma. So anyway, I don't have any Wi-Fi, which is a whole nother story, which I'll tell when he comes back on because it's way more interesting when he and him are talking than just me. Yeah. So anyway, so glad you guys are listening. If you haven't checked out the website, it's brizzcliz.com. You can buy merchandise. We got tank tops, hats, T-shirts, all that good stuff. Well, what is he doing over there?
What are you doing?
I was plugging the website.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm back. I just, I didn't want them stealing my toilet paper.
smart.
Huh? Yeah. And now I got cough drops.
That's good. They just pick like whatever one's out.
I mean, they were still Ricolas, you know.
Yeah.
It was the same
Oh,
brand, just a different, I don't know, some fucked up
just a
flavor.
different kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I was telling the people while you were gone, I was pushing the website and telling them to go buy the merchandise. Uh, and it's funny that we're talking about a septic tank story, and you were talking about you're concerned about your toilet paper. This
Yeah.
really is the shittiest. This is the shittiest episode we've ever done.
Well,
Literally.
maybe.
Um,
Now,
so anyway,
if you close this episode about to shit yourself like you have in previous ones, then we're probably right on track.
I hate to tell you, I know we're only 25 minutes in. I'm pacing around right now doing like the pee-pee cocky dance.
Are you? Do you really want to be the first one to take the experimental shit after this whole...
Of course I do. If it's going to be anybody, it's going to be me.
So,
I pay the bills around
Let
here.
me ask you another question before we get into anything else.
Yeah.
Who's cleaning the bathtub? Is Nick going to clean that?
I already poured bleach all in it, and I just ran the water and poured bleach in it. And I'm just going to toss the mop after. I'm just using the mop to clean it up.
Oh, so you're gonna
he
clean
ain't
it,
going to clean it.
You literally should have taken all of his. You should have left it. You should have left the cleaning supplies in the bathroom. You should have taken all of his stuff out of your bathroom and put it back in his. And when he goes to take a shower in your shower and his stuff is you go, no, you're back into your bathroom. He's like, but it's a shitty bathtub. You're like, well, you're gonna have to learn to clean a shitty bathtub sooner or later.
Right.
This is what he gets.
I should.
This is what he gets for flushing his tampons down the toilet.
Right.
Yeah.
Him and the homeless lady.
Yeah.
Which let me go back to this now. So early on when I first moved here, after I heard that story, I don't know what made me think. I went and checked the attic to make sure she wasn't still living up there. Like in the attic or something. Like she moved in. They're like, no, she moved across the street. So but anyway, so now I got fixed toilets. $2,200 later. I have no fucking internet.
I was watching a TV show like that where like it wasn't like it was a horror movie because that would normally be like the
right.
plot of a horror movie that someone's living in your attic.
Right.
But this was like a kind of I don't know what the right description of the show is, but it had like that guy Donald Logue in it, and he had a house, and like you get like 6 episodes into this 12-episode show. And then all of a sudden, like randomly in the middle of like the 6th episode, he leaves his house, and the shot lingers, and then someone crawls out of his attic and starts to use his bathroom and eat his food. And it's such a random moment. They don't even like set it up like where he can't find stuff where he's like, God, I don't remember eating that. It's just this random moment that they threw into the show. And I don't remember how that was resolved. I don't know if I even saw the rest of them, but it just reminded me of that. Like, yeah, it's just like you wouldn't even know someone's living in your attic, really. Especially if like you're not home all the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could be possible.
I've heard stories of people doing that.
Yeah. No, I that's what kind of like sparked me to like check stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, and then I thought like, what if she was dead in there? And I don't know. That would have been a whole fucking shit show. Wouldn't be the first time I lived in a house with a dead body, the dead baby.
Well,
story.
I mean, the house didn't have a.
For those who don't know, for those who don't know, I bought a house in California that a baby died in. There was no issues. The baby loved me. So
the ghost baby?
Anyway, yeah, the ghost baby loved me. So anyway, my toilets are fixed, but I have no internet now. So now I have to call Spectrum, which we remember what happened with them last time. We did a podcast on Spectrum, didn't we?
I think you hijacked a couple of podcasts for your Twitter rant agendas.
Right.
Yeah. I don't even know why you bother contacting Spectrum. I figure you would just pick up the phone and call Bobby because his sister works is like a big muckety muck. Like just go straight to the.
I know. I went through the proper channel. So here's what I did.
That's ridiculous.
The guy felt so bad. He's like, maybe I can fix it. I was like, no. So anyway, I called Spectrum and they said, we can't come out till tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, you ain't coming out at 8 o'clock. Well, we played this game before.
Right.
So the guy takes all the info down. I literally hung up the phone with Spectrum. Like, I hung up and the phone rang. Like, I hung up and it rang again. And I answered it, and it was Spectrum. And I'm like, hello? And the lady's like, Mr. Genetti? I was like, yeah.
Oh, they must have
like,
the biggest
Spectrum.
flag on
It's
your
in
account.
the fucking file. No, it's in the file. She said, sir, we're going to expedite this. And I said to her, I said, this is really weird. I just hung up the phone, and, like, I hit end, and it rang, and it was you. Like, how did it go so fast? She said, well, the minute he hit send, it went right to me, and I was told to call you immediately.
Yeah.
There's a fucking note in there that says I'm connected.
Yep.
I'm fucking connected. So, yeah, this isn't a joke. So I said, well, what can you do? She said, sir, they're going to be out there tonight. Okay. Yeah. And I said, well, what if they don't come out tonight? She goes, I told them if they cannot make it tonight because the weather's really bad tonight. It's not. It's just raining and it's cold. She said they will be there first thing in the morning, but this will be fixed. You will not have to wait till tomorrow night.
Look at you.
And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And when I told her, I said, I just hung up and you called. She started laughing. And I said, what's so funny? She said, no, then she told me the story, like that she was told to call me. Like there was a note in there, call him immediately. Like, I'm on a special list.
Yeah.
So, right. So, the Bobby Rogers effect it's in full force because I didn't have to wait. So now they're coming tonight, and I said, well, the weather's really bad. She said, so they'll get it. It doesn't matter. They'll get it fixed. And I said, okay, whatever. So, yeah, comes in handy that Bobby complaint a couple months ago is back. I'm in the system now. I'm like family and friends,
If
I'm in there.
If we were local, I would have fixed that for you.
So I, as crazy as this sounds, I could have fixed it if I had the connector. I could have easily. I've done camera work before.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have the tool that strips that and puts a new connector on. I could.
Right. So my problem is I don't have the tool anymore.
Oh yeah.
And I don't have the connectors. But I've done so many camera installs, I could do that easily.
Yeah.
But I don't have the stripper or the connector.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. All right.
I could have done it in 2 seconds, but I just don't have that stuff. And it's funny because
plus for the amount you're paying these scumbag companies for service, they might as well just fix it for you.
Right. Yeah. It shouldn't be my problem.
Yeah. That's what I always tell Marco. He's like, he talks about how something's not working in his apartment. I'm like, why don't you just call the office? They'll have someone here tomorrow. And he's like, he doesn't think about it. And I'm like, dude, they give us free air filters here. They give us free light bulbs here. It's like why would you do any of the work or even wait 2 days? For what you're paying?
Yeah. What? Yeah. Right. You're paying for that. You think you're paying for it one way or another.
I'll tell you what. We get excited every time an appliance breaks down in this apartment because it means we get a new goddamn appliance the next day, like a brand spanking new one. It's like we're excited to break shit to get something brand new. It's kind of
when I had my house in California, I had bought this like whole house. Actually, I didn't buy it. The realtor that had sold me the house, which is you go back and listen to that story. She had bought me as a gift a whole house warranty for the year. So like the microwave had broke like my first the air conditioning broke my first week there, and I called. They came and fixed the air conditioner for free. It didn't cost me a penny. So then the microwave broke, the fridge broke, and they couldn't fix the microwave. The guy just brought a new microwave and put it in. I didn't pay a penny for it.
Yeah.
The fridge broke. He fixed the whole water line in the fridge and put new pipes in and this and that. I didn't pay a penny. But that whole year, if something broke, I'm like, I know who to call. I mean, the lights were covered. I was so fucking about it. If a light bulb went out, I called them. And I'm like, yeah, the light bulb went out. I don't have a ladder that high. They would come and fix it for free.
That's funny.
Because I didn't have a ladder that big. I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? Get a ladder? No, fuck them. They're going to do it. The best thing ever. But yeah, so now I got no internet, so I don't know what to do with
Use
myself
your
here.
use your phone as a hotspot.
So I'm using a hotspot for my laptop for work all day because I had to work from home because I couldn't go to work because I was, dealing with this. So I've been using my hotspot for the day on my work phone because I'm not using my personal hotspot, even though it doesn't cost me anything. It's just principle. So I've been doing that, but yeah, I don't know. So now I've got to use the bathroom, and after I use the bathroom, I am going to shoot over to Publix, and I think I'm going to get myself a chicken tender sub for dinner. So yeah, they're on sale, by the way. If you didn't know, they're $6.99 for the whole.
No,
If you
we
live
went
anywhere
over
in the
this.
South,
I don't order sandwiches
yeah,
on
I know.
Instacart.
Right, I'm not Instacart, and I'm going live, pal.
No, I understand. I'm just saying I'm
Going live,
not.
and I will tell you, I got a sub last night, and we'll end it on this here. I got a sub last night at Publix, and when I got to the counter, it was a whole new staff. Like I go to this Publix every day. I know everybody there. I didn't know any three of them, and like I kind of stepped up, and they're like, the kid just stared at me, and I'm like, "You knew?" He's like, yeah." Like, who are you to ask me? I was like, he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "You good at making these subs?" He's like, I mean, it's like my third day.
I'll walk you through it, kid.
I said, pressure's on. Come here every day. Like, let's not start off on the wrong foot. And as I'm saying that, one of the familiar faces, she comes back from break and she says to him, "No, no, no, I got this."
Oh.
So he said, "What?" He said, "Let me do it." And I said, "Look, pal, one day you'll have your shine. Today's not that day." So they were all laughing, and she's like, "Nah, I got this." So she did my sub, and it was perfect, and
Wait a minute.
just a perfect sub.
Just to prove I actually listen to you when you're talking, I need updates on Cinnamon and Ben with the face tattoo.
So Cinnamon is still there.
Okay.
Can't stand her. Ben with the face tattoo. He's down to 1 day a week because he hates Cinnamon.
Right.
We talked about this, and I saw him. He was his last shift he had worked was I think it was like New Year's. I had gone in there and he was filling the iced tea container, and I walked by him and he saw me. "Hey, my man!" And gave a nice little pound and patted me on the shoulder. "Happy New Year!" And I said, "How's it going?" He said, "Man, it's just I try to work the 1 day Cinnamon don't work because I don't like that bitch." So he only works when the 1 day that Cinnamon's off because he doesn't want to be anywhere near her, which I don't blame him. She's an absolute nasty individual. Like, she's just not friendly. So, but yeah, the guys behind the counter, there's all new staff. I was thrown off. I'm like, "Who are you? What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
And there was three of them, and all three were just staring at me. And I was like, the one kid was like ready to make the sandwich. I was like, "Nah."
See,
Thank God
and
I got saved.
that's how fleeting it is, because when everyone there knows who you are, you're Mr. Special Big Shot guy, you're
Right.
like Norm walking into Cheers. But then all of a sudden, there's three people that don't know you, and you're back to not being.
Right.
You ain't shit again. You ain't shit
No,
again.
I felt that way. And
Yeah.
But thank God the girl came back from
Humbling.
lunch and she was like,
How humbling was it?
"No, she saved me. She saved me."
But how humbling
And,
was it when you
no,
walked
I
up
didn't
there?
like it. I didn't like it. No, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And then like my buddy Bryce. So this kid Bryce makes the best sandwiches. Bryce played on Nick's basketball team last year. He graduated. Now he's working at Publix. But I haven't seen Bryce in like 2 weeks. So I'm like, is Bryce out with the COVID? Did Bryce get fired? Did he quit? There's many things that could have happened. So I'm telling Nick, text Bryce. I need to know where he's at. He's like, I'm not texting him, asking him when he's working or if he works there anymore. He's like, "That's weird." I was like, "It's not weird. Like, you don't understand. Bryce makes the best sandwiches." And listen, sometimes Bryce gives you the boar's head for the Publix price. It just
Right.
happens that way.
Right.
So, I'm like, and he's like, "That's weird. I'm like, just shoot him a text. I said, "Give me the number." He's like, "I'm not giving you his number." I was like, I didn't know when he's working. Like, I need to know if he even works there anymore, if he's okay. Like, I'm concerned about his well-being. The kid makes a great sandwich.
Yeah, what would be a big deal? Go, my dad wants me to do a wellness check on you.
Right. right. And it's funny because the last time we saw Bryce, he said, "Hey, there's another guy that works in the deli, but he does the chickens. He's the chicken guy. He doesn't make subs. He is a huge wrestling fan. So we've been talking wrestling for 4 or 5 months now, and huge AEW fan, hates WWE. But I had told him that I was a wrestler. He watched some of my YouTube. So the last time we were there, Bryce is like, "Hey, I heard they were talking about in the deli that you're a wrestler." So now the whole deli knows I'm top guy here. So he's like, I said, "Yeah." He goes, Nick was with me. He's like, "How come you never told me your dad was a wrestler?" And Nick's like, "Because it's gay." Like, he doesn't even want anybody to know.
Oh,
So
your son is
Bryce
such a
is like,
piece of shit.
right. So Bryce is like, "Well, I heard there was a YouTube video. You have a YouTube channel?" I was like, yeah. I was like, "Nick, send it to him." He's like, "I'm not sending it to him." And Bryce is like, "Nick, send it to me." He's like, "I'm not sending it to him. It's weird." I was like, "What? Why are you mad that your father's more over at Publix than you'll ever be in your life with anybody?" Like, and so finally, other guy came out and he goes, "Bryce, I'll send it to you." So then when I went into the next, I saw him one more time. Nick wasn't with me. He said, "Man, I checked out the YouTube channel, man. It was so awesome." He said, "I don't know why Nick didn't want to send it to me." I was like, "No, he's a punk. He's a punk. He's jealous."
Yeah.
So
I don't like Nick's attitude at all. I don't like it at
no,
all.
no,
This is garbage.
no, not at all. Not at all. Not one bit. Yeah. So, yeah, so I'm going to go get a sub. I'm hoping that my team is there. Maybe Bryce is working tonight.
Yeah,
Maybe he's back. I don't know.
Now we need an update.
Yeah, I know.
You've got me
and
all
if it's a new
invested.
person,
You've got me all invested in the comings and goings of the employees at your Publix.
well, it's funny too. So there's a cashier, this younger girl, and she's like she's a I don't know if she's a cashier. She's a cashier, but she's like one of like the head. Like she must be some sort of leader of the cashiers, right? And she is like sometimes rings me up, and she's like, "Hey, how are you?" Like, "Good." So it's down to the gimmick. So she used to ask me when I first started going there, "You want to donate $1?" They always do the gimmick. "You want to donate to this or that?" I'm not a donator. I don't do it. So because I'm always skeptical, like where's the money really going? So it's to the point now where like she does it. She'll ask the person before me, and then I come up. So one day she said, I said, "You're not even going to ask me." She goes, "I stopped asking you months ago." She's like, "You don't give. You don't give." And I said, "Well, maybe you should ask me today." And she's like, "Why? You're going to donate?" I said, "Ask me." And she asked me, and I said, "I'll donate $1." She's like, "You motherfucker." She's like, "You mother." I said, "See, you got to ask me every day. Today could have been today.
Yeah.
Today was the day."
Today was the day.
So now every time I see her, she's like, "You're going to donate again?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no." She's like, "Didn't think so."
She said today's not the day.
But she's asking, she just knows it's not going to happen.
Yeah. I'm so thankful when they don't ask.
Right, yeah. Because it's always a gimmick they got there. Always a gimmick with them. They always want something, And I'm like, where's the money going? I want to see documents. I need like a W-2 here for this.
Yeah.
For my charity efforts.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Like, oh, it's on the receipt. I'm like, no. So, all right, I got to take the poopski and I got to go get a sub.
All right.
We'll update on the Publix saga next podcast, but I got to go test out these back floors here.
Yeah. Check out this guy's work.
Yeah, I mean, I have his phone number now, so he may be getting a text like either a good job. He's either getting a thumbs up or a thumbs down when I'm done. So,
well, if it's a thumbs down, it may also you may also need him to come. So I wouldn't get too harsh on it yet.
Right, yeah. All right, goodbye.
All right, fat boy.